Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Martine Chiella. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do this Christmas centerpiece here for your dining room table. And it's going to be a custom piece that you can build for yourself and keep for a long time. So we're going to jump right into this video and I'm going to show you what I got to get this started. Materials you are going to see in this video for this project were purchased from Dollar Store as well as Michael's. So I got a foam as well as these stems from Michael. The foam can be purchased both at Dollar Store as well as Michael's. Now these stems here vary in price and I took 2 of each just to have a variety available for this project. The reason why I'm picking up 2 is so that when I am working on this project, whatever I do on one side, I want it to be very symmetrical. So whatever I do on one side, I try to replicate on the other side as well. So in terms of the pieces that you are seeing on the table here, I did not use the extra large one with a longer tail, the stem one. I used all of the other ones right there, which you are going to be seeing in the video. So I didn't use this one. I also picked up some ornaments, different size ornaments and colors here from the Dollar Store to work on this DIY here, as well as additional ribbon. You never know which style that you might want to pair up with. I also ended up bringing out an old white ribbon that I used last year on my Christmas tree, as well as large extra ornaments that were left behind. The garland was also from the Dollar Store, was $4 for this garland right here. An extra foam from the Dollar Store, just in case I need additional foam. I have an extra candle here from the Dollar Store as well, if I do decide to choose a candle. I also picked up this cutting board. It's just cheaper to get a board from the Dollar Store than Michael's. This is just extra ribbon. You're also going to be needing a glue gun or whatever glue option that you're going to be choosing to do the project on. So the 6000 glue also works well. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to manipulate the garland into the size of the board that you are currently using. You're going to want to get the size estimate first. Once you get the proper size estimate, then what you're going to do is you're just going to face all of the parts of the garland facing upwards so that you can move on to the next step. The next thing you want to do is you want to pinch the firm part of the garland together and then take one of the stems and rotate it around to firm up the whole garland to make sure it is tight together so that you can move on to the next step, which is the gluing the garland to the board. So just follow this technique and use one stem to tie it around. Once you've worked on your garland, now it's time to glue it. You want to work in sections. So once you place the glue, and you want to work fast because this glue does dry up pretty quickly, you want to place it down, hold for a little bit, and then move on to the next part. You want to move in small little sections rather than do a large line that will dry up very quickly. Once you have completed the gluing properly, it should be firm, and this is how it should look. Okay, so you're doing good. Now it's time just for you to zhuzh the garland, open it up a little bit, give it a little bit more room. If it's your first time on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be notified on the next video once we upload. Happy holidays and thanks for joining Martine Chiella's channel. Okay, the fun part. You pick your ribbon that you're going to be working with. So I decided to pick this white one as a contrast to this red and neutral looking ribbon right here. I thought it was nice, and it's going to be very settled with the color choices that I'm going to be working with. So you're just going to follow the technique I'm using here to tie the ribbon into the garland. You're going to put the ribbon in, take one of the stem, wrap it around the ribbon. And once that is done, you're just going to take the ribbon, move on to a next section of the garland. You're going to want to work around in circle. You're just going to take a little bit of the ribbon, tuck it in, and repeat the same step, going all around. So you're going to tuck it in, take a stem, wrap around the stem to hold it into place tightly. So I'm going to be repeating the same process all around. And you're going to notice here that instead of continuing just like that, I'm just going to swap the ribbon around just so that I get that nice contrast later on where I don't have to really do much to see the white part of the ribbon. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing. Take one stem, wrap around, and you want to see that effect, that bumpy effect like that. So it's going to give me a nice contrast like this as the ribbon is woven into the garland. It's going to give a nice exterior body, and it's going to be much fuller. So yes, so I'm just going to continue the same way. I swapped it again the other way, and then I'm going to tuck it in and get another piece of white ribbon and continue on the same pattern. This is probably the first of these DIY centerpieces that I have done and given to people as a holiday gift, and they absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it. And they always pull it out every Christmas. I had made one for a friend of mine, and I was in Michael's, and I just told her that, hey, I'm going to be making a garland. What are your Christmas themes? Because at the time it was buy one, get one free. And I was like, what am I going to do with all this extra Michael's supplies that I am getting? And she ended up loving it. She picked the colors that she wanted, and I made an extra one for her. So what you want to do right now is just prep your foam. I did not have the square one at that moment. I had to go back out and get it. At the time, I only had the circle one. But you want to just prep your foam and put it right in the center. Position it in pretty much the entire center there, because you're going to be using that space to insert the Christmas stems that you have that I showed you in the beginning. That's where we're going to be inserting them. That's what's going to be holding those stems in place. So you want to put the square foam right in the middle there. It's also going to be holding your ornament. And the rule of thumb here is whatever I do in one corner, in the opposite corner, I try to replicate. I did not use, for the large ornament, I did not use the same one, just to create a little bit of a contrast. So that's why I used that gold and the red one. So whatever you do on one side, you try to replicate on the other side. Again, you'll notice that contrast with the different sizes that I'm using, as well as the different textures that I try to go in, even though the colors somewhat marry together correctly. So you'll notice that contrast as I'm working here. And like I said, the rule of thumb is whatever you do on one side, you try to replicate on the other side as well. So when I got the dry square foam, I was able to move one side and squeeze it right in the middle. And that's when I started to put in the stems. So I glued the foam right on the board, and then I started to glue to stick the stems in and just zhuzhing them up. So what I did on one side, I did on the other side. I worked with each style of stem first. So the same styles, I worked with them one by one first. So I would do the same thing on one side and the same thing on the other side, and I would move on to a different design just to ensure that every side got equally the same amount of things. Keep in mind when you are inserting these stem here, you also want to leave a small space for the place that you're going to be inserting your candle, your LED light, or whatever other decor that you're going to be placing right in the middle. So I decided to leave one section only for one LED candle, but some people can leave like 2 spots for 2 LED candle and do a little bit of filler in the middle as well, or you can just leave it as plain as that. And this is the final product, and this is how we were able to come up with this lovely centerpiece. And this one is going to be a gift for my father-in-law, since he's going to be spending Christmas all alone here, and we are going to be heading out to Jamaica this year without him. I absolutely loved the end result of this, and you can have so much fun with this. Choose your theme colors for the decor style that you're working with in your space, and just have fun with it and do a lovely centerpiece for yourself. And of course, I opted for LED lights that are battery operated simply because of children. It's just a little bit more safer to leave on the counter or on the table. So I would recommend opting for LED light for this project, and it looks beautiful at night as well. I really hope you guys really enjoyed this video, because I enjoyed making this one. I love doing DIYs. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy holidays. Bye.